What's going on, everybody out there, and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd do something special, something a little different. It's been several weeks now since we've got any new comics have been released, and I know a couple of people are getting just a little bit crazy, but eventually the new comics are going to start coming out again. People are going to start reading again, and with the release of new comics brings the potential for new comic readers. So today I thought I'd share my top 5 hints and things and tricks and whatnot for new comic readers. Again, this is all my opinion. People have different opinions, and maybe you yourself have a different opinion. And as always, I welcome anyone who's been reading comic books, who's been collecting comic books, to share their thoughts, agree, disagree, or anything in the comments below. But today we're going to count down 5 of my hints, tricks, and things for new comic collectors. So I hope this helps somebody out.
This is what you get!
Number 5, experiment and research. When it comes to comic books, there is a wide variety of comics out there. There's DC Comics, there's Marvel, there's Independence. There are tons and tons of books. So before jumping into books, an idea is to look into what books are coming out. And the best way to do that, you can check out Previews Magazine. You can check out websites that release comic company solicits. You can check out comic reviews, comic videos. You can check out what other people are discussing as well. Do some research, see what books interest you. And from there, maybe create a potential pull list and then check out the books you're interested in and see if you like them.
It's Friday!
Number 4, digital versus physical. Everyone who comes in nowadays fights between whether you should be buying a physical comic or a digital comic. And I've heard from both sides of the spectrum, do not be afraid to start digital. Do not be afraid to start physical. Whichever way you start might lead into the other. I know a lot of people who left comics for a while, decided to start reading some books again digitally through Comixology, and then decided to start going back to their local comic shop and start buying physical books. And don't feel bad if you do both. I read both as well. The stigma of worrying that digital is going to eventually take over and the physical medium of comic books will disappear. I don't see that happening in this generation, the next generation, and quite possibly the generation after that, unless all physical medium in the world just dissolves and we only have a digital medium. So definitely don't worry how you read your books. It's all about the enjoyment of reading the books.
Gotta have cereal!
Number 3. Go beyond the big 2. I know there are a lot of fans out there for Spider-Man, a lot of fans out there for Superman, Wonder Woman, the Avengers, Justice League. There is such a wide variety of companies and books out there now that go beyond just the main superhero books. Now, there's nothing wrong if you are somebody who loves just the main superheroes, whether it be because you saw a movie or just because you're a fan of the known superhero. That's completely awesome. But like I said for number 5, and like I'm saying here, definitely do some research. Check out what else is out there. You'd be surprised what other books are out there that might surprise you. And they're in all shapes and sizes, all different types of genres, miniseries, ongoing series. When I started this channel and I started looking into books outside of the big 2 and the known independent companies, I was shocked and surprised by how many amazing stories there were and still are out there. So definitely, if you can, if you want to, a piece of advice, this is more of a hint than a tip. This is more of a hint and tip. Definitely look beyond the big 2 and see if there might be something else along with the big 2 books that you want to collect that you might enjoy reading and collecting.
This is what you earn!
Number 2, and this is a big one, hobby versus business. Comic collecting, comic reading is a hobby. It's an enjoyment for everybody here in the comic community who go to comic book shops, who enjoy reading comic books each and every week. This is our hobby. This is our love. This is our passion. This is what we do and what we enjoy doing and sharing online. If you're coming into this hobby for that reason, amazing. Great, there's going to be a lot of people to discuss. But then there are people in the world that like to come into this and act as if it's a business. Investing in comic books, especially every single book that comes out, you will definitely not. Comic books are not an investment. There are a lot of people out there that look to buy only key issues just to sell them online for a high price. They buy it for cover price and then they quadruple the price so that collectors and readers who didn't get their hands on the book when it first came out, or somehow their shop sold out, have to pay the extra bucks to get the book if they want it in their collection, or if they even want to read it. Nowadays you don't have to worry about reading it because, like I said, you could always read it digitally through Comixology. But for people who want it in their physical collection, they have to go out there and spend the extra dollars. This is nothing new. If you are a collectibles and toy collector, same thing. People buy everything up that's super popular and then try to sell it on eBay for double, triple the price. If you're in this hobby for business purposes, you're only going to be making money when something key comes out, a first appearance, a first issue, something happens, a major event happens. This is a hobby. And I've spoke about this multiple times and I won't dwell on it because I've done this before. But people who are coming into this for an investment, this might not be the hobby for you because every single comic book is not going to raise in price. Most of the time, actually, it does the opposite. There are books from 3 years ago that are already in comic shops 50-cent bins. But if you're coming into this because you love reading a good story, because you're a collector, you like to collect things, you like to enjoy stories and then have a collection of those good stories or those enjoyable stories, then this is definitely a hobby for you. But this is definitely not a business for people who look to flip books, so to speak. I mean, for some people it works, some people it doesn't. But again, this is a hobby, this is an enjoyment. If you're going to want to get into this, get into it because you want to read, you want to enjoy your books.
Dark Avenger!
And number one, and the most important hint or tip I can share with anyone coming into collecting and reading comic books is this, in my opinion. It's your collection. You do and collect what you like, regardless what anyone, anywhere says. This is your collection. You got into this medium because you are interested and want to read stories that you enjoy, and you want to collect it in a way you want. Whether it be only DC, only Marvel, only the independents, in bags and boards, in just bags, in Mylars and boards, in nothing, just in a box somewhere, in a long box, filed away perfectly, in a long box just thrown in with a bunch of other books, organized, disorganized, trade paperback, single issues, digital. However, it is your collection, and don't let anyone tell you, whether it be a person, famous or not, a YouTuber, a group, a cult, a movement, anything. Do not let anyone tell you what you should be doing or what you should be reading. This is your collection. The only thing people on YouTube are sharing their thoughts, such as myself, such as Comic Frontline, and many of the other awesome people in this comic community right here on YouTube. The only thing we do with our viewers for everyone is we share our opinions, we share our collections. We love to share in discussion about the books we're reading. We love to have people tell us what they're reading, so maybe it'll get us into the books, and vice versa. We like to share what we're reading and maybe get a new reader interested in that book as well. But never should anyone tell you, don't pick this book up because it's crap. Don't support this company because they do this. You do and spend your money the way you like, and then when you have your book, it's your book. If you want to slab it in a CGC, I have a CGC actually on my wall, and it's right there. Hard to see, but it's right there. You do with your collection what you like, and what they're your books. If you want to save them, like I said, organized or disorganized, they're yours. If you want to give them to your kids when you get older and you decide you don't want to collect anymore, if you ever decide not to collect, you can. When you move on to the next realm of existence, it's if you want to sell them at some point. If you like having key issues in your collection, which I know a lot of people who chase down key issues just to have them in their collection, not to flip them, not to do anything, because they want to say, I have the first appearance of, I have a signature from, I have the first book in this. That's awesome. And if that's what you want to do, go for it. Enjoy comic books in whatever shape and form and whatever way you like it. It's yours. It's your hobby. It's your enjoyment. As always, we are all here, most of us in the comic book community, to help all of you make decisions when it comes to going to your local comic shop. But our word is not law. Our word is not God. Only you know what you really like. We just like to share what we like and hope that some people will like what we like. And the good news is, in the past couple of years, I haven't read that many books that I actually turned around and said, I don't recommend this. There are a few, I'm not going to lie. But again, when I say I don't recommend something, and I hope in the past, way back when I first started, I never said don't buy a book. Because I like to say I don't recommend it as opposed to just don't buy it. Don't do it. But again, even if I said that, I hope nobody listened and everyone went and checked out the book anyway. Again, you are the only one that knows what you like. So definitely, it's your collection. Make it yours. And I hope this top 5 hints and tips and tricks and things helped somebody out who is looking into getting into reading comic books, especially once comic books come back. Hopefully, we'll have an influx of some new people coming in. As always, I'm Chris, Dark Avenger C86. You can follow me all across social media at Dark Avenger C86. You can also check out my website, shootingstaruniverse.com. I do some exclusive written posts on there from time to time. Also, you can check out all the links in the description below for all other things I'm connected to. I already mentioned Comic Frontline, Last Ember Press, where myself and my friend Brant, we write Celestial Falcon. We have our first issue out. We are working on the second. The second one will be coming to Kickstarter sometime this year. And yeah, till next time, everybody, take care, stay safe during these times, keep reading, and as always, keep collecting. And I'll see all of you really soon in the next one.
Dark Avenger!